What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Outlast trials and not to sleep on it. Now, a couple things, and I want to start out by, I guess, almost embarrassing myself. I forgot this game was coming out next week. Now, I didn't forget the game existed. In fact, I was considering making the video. I do a series of what's going on with blank game. In fact, I think I did that video already like a year or so ago on this game. I was actually considering making that video on Outlast about a week ago, and I'm glad I didn't do it because I would have looked like an idiot, because it comes out in early access this upcoming week. Kind of wild because it completely slipped under my radar, but you know what? Now that it's coming out, well, I gotta get it because I really like the idea. I think we're allowed to say it, so I was part of when they did that like invite only, was it like an alpha or beta test? I don't know if I'm allowed to show the footage, so I won't, but I'm gonna assume I'm allowed to talk about it. I think it's really good. So, I mean, just the earliest, most flat statement I can throw out there is what I played. I'm really impressed. And the idea of can Outlast work as a multiplayer game? It certainly can, at least from what I played. Now, that doesn't mean the game's going to be great or anything, but it's a good sign, at least going in. So, knowing it comes out, this upcoming week, it's like, well, number one, got to get it that early access. Now, it is early access, right? So, it comes out full, God knows when. I think, did they say the fall, perhaps? So, I think you're going to have to wait a while until the game is fully launched. I've said this before, I guess I'll say it here as well. I'm not a fan of early access games. I know there's like a whole kind of genre of games that do come out in early access, and I've played many of them. I just feel it's happening more and more to now even games that normally wouldn't do it. Like when you have an Outlast game, would it normally come out in early access? No, but because it's this kind of game, then obviously it does. I'm not a huge fan of that, but again, even if it's just a little bit of what we got in that closed, invite-only thing, I'm very excited. And it takes me back to that, and that the horror is there. It is scary. It is tense. It does require teamwork, which, considering I don't talk too much like on mics and stuff, that becomes a problem for me. But I think people are honestly going to enjoy it. I don't know if they've done a good job marketing it, considering, I don't know, I feel like I have a pretty good pulse on the gaming industry. I think I cover more games than most on YouTube, just period. And I've covered this game before multiple times, and I kind of forgot that it was even happening. So hopefully it does well. I think, because the franchise is so popular and the franchise is so good. I know people have problems with Outlast 2. I get it. I actually really, really liked it. I think at its scariest, absolutely terrifying. Obviously, Outlast 1 is looked at as a phenomenal game, and it is. So the franchise name can probably carry it. But yeah, I'm excited for people to play a multiplayer version of it. And even though, again, that's maybe not what you would want from a franchise like this, I'm not saying I would take this over a single player only kind of Outlast game, but I do think this game, from what I played, is pretty darn good, and I bet it surprises some people as long as it works well. As long as it's actually like, well, I don't want to say like a full game, because when it comes out in early access, what does it even have to be when it comes out like that? But if it's got some sort of content to it, I think people are going to be quite happy with it. I'll be playing it, hope to review it. We'll talk about the the early access stuff, so let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed for all those future videos, and I hope to see you all on the next one.